Sure.
Give my boy Black one Neon as well.
I've been put on before you.
Okay.
I like their draft. I like that they're innovating, but Neon.
Yeah.
How about the Kunkka matchup? Why do you think they picked Kunkka in this game?
It owns Puck in lane,
Oh, okay.
but then not in
For
the game.
war reasons.
But what if they just wolf bite the troll, X the troll, and then he just sieges high ground and gets constantly pulled in and out? That sounds like a promising strategy,
And then he gets
right?
That's
ruptured
something
and
only
takes
you
5k
can
damage.
figure.
Yeah, you're right. The
Out
rupture.
Tsunami.
All right. Well, if nothing else, I'm excited to see the creativity from Lilgun, and I'm excited to hear this cast from Lizard and B-Cup.
I'm excited for this game as well. Game number 1, Neon Lilgun. We've seen a lot from Neon, and I think we're hoping to see more from Lilgun. Some of them already getting those supporter packs for EG.
Yeah. If we are to see more of them in the next season, they need to step it up, win a couple of series, because it's looking extremely rough for them right now. But I like what they did. They went for something completely different, some draft that you don't really see very often. Troll is a carry, okay, but Lycan is a dead hero at the moment, not picked on the offlane at all, at least not in the SEA or Chinese region. However, I did see some Lycan popping up in my games. So, high-rank games, EU, there is some Lycan, Armlet, and what was it? Armlet Echo Saber was the build. So actually, right-click coming from the safe lane or offlane. You can't build that Necro anymore. The
You can
Dominator,
try.
yeah, you can try. You can,
It's not going to get built, though.
you can try. You can go 2 Sages and then what's next? Belt of Strength. Okay. Where's the recipe?
Doesn't exist anymore. Do you go Helm of the Overlord?
So that's my point. I think that item is also a debate. It's not that great.
Okay. I'd love to see that item get built again. It's always fun to watch. Avalanche comes in, Impale from Hishki. Shoel in trouble. They're looking for the body blocks with the Wolves, but they don't land it. They still might have the damage.
One more Fire Spirit connects, and not enough damage still.
No, that Wolf's trying to kill him, though.
Ace,
It's
however,
not too successful, and it looks like it'll be first blood here for OB Neon, as Natsumi gets it with the blood, right?
yeah, it's always how it goes, right? You overextend trying to kill a certain hero, you don't, and then you die for it. This is literally what Phoenix did.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, he tried to Fire Spirit that tiny, got into full tunnel vision mode. He was in one of those Tesla tunnels under LA.
Yeah. The Hyperloops.
The Hyperloops, yeah, only one way to go, and sadly didn't work out for him.
Maybe I could give it a try at this. You know, those Hyperloops that are related to Dogecoin. Oh, he mentioned it on a Dota cast. Pump up the numbers.
You'll be contacted by the government after this for pumping up fake numbers.
It's crypto. SEC has no power here.
So how are the lanes going so far? Puck actually 5 CS versus Kunkka 3, so Yopaj. It's Yopaj. You can expect him to do well in matchups that aren't really that favored for him.
He's certainly the playmaker on this team.
Yep.
And he reminds me of White Album in a way with this puck. Now I think yesterday White Album lost with this puck, but that being said, 95% of the time, that's usually not the case.
90% of the time it works 100% of the time for Yopaj, yeah. He's definitely the playmaker. He's the one that that's very, very skilled on the side of Neon, and usually in the SEA, the mid laners are. You have your Mikotos, your Yopages. These are all your 11, 12k players that are extremely individually skilled.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many that I just like, going off that Makoto, Armel, Carl, guys that just really open up the game for their teams. This Lycan is not having a fun time. Marvel sitting 6-4 up against Natsumi, who's already 10-0.
Yeah.
Constantly trying to right-click and being hit by Blood Right seemingly constantly.
It's not easy. It's not an easy lane, and they couldn't. Like, they had to pick a carry last or pick something to go against the Tide, because Lycan into Tide is even worse.
Right.
So you didn't really want that lane. You kind of resorted to this offlane Lycan, and he does have Helm of Iron Will, so That means... What does that mean? What will he buy?
The armor.
The armlet?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Helm of the Iron Will. He just wants to get himself looking
some
good
armor,
in some
some
armor.
region, yeah, sure.
Slap on the helmet.
Yep.
He's got nothing queued up elsewhere, you know. He's not going for anything. He just wants the casual helmet.
So far, Scam is doing a bit better on the offlane. He's 17 CS, keeping up actually with the troll. But this is also a stronger lane. Tide plus Mirana.
Ooh, Avalanche toss. Silence out on a Marvel. Getting chased here, but the Impale. All right, it gets a hit. It turns around.
Sorry. So I understand what he was trying to go for there. He was trying to get denied by the Centaurs.
But I don't even think he needed to get... maybe he did need to get denied, but...
He was afraid of the thirst, right? He was afraid that he won't be fast enough and the toss will come off cooldown, but...
That's overthinking maybe the situation.
100%. I think you just run and hope for the best.
But he's back in the lane already. There it is. Armlet queued up. I was right.
Yep. Good job, good job.
So many options early game for him to get. Man, it could have been Nullifier.
Almost queued up that Nullifier, but resorted into the armlet after all. So, I get it. I've seen the build. Puck actually going ham on Sanctity here, but he'll just TP away, refill his bottle, come back into the lane.
Come back about full health with that bottle.
Yep. So you're going to have this Lycan on the offlane.
Great arrow onto the troll. All right, Fake Hype, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
What about Scam? He should be fine too, right?
Yeah, CTM getting run down. Ace. Nah, he doesn't have it. Fake Hype again, I can't
What about Troll?
Troll again, maybe. Play hard this time, it's a kill. Third time's a charm. And Play Hard trying to juke out this Phoenix. Won't be so fortunate. Now the Sunray won't be enough to kill CTM. But he pops us out. He's okay in this lane.
He's not going to go back with his Tide. He's going to stick around and Ace will follow him.
Or at least try to. Avalanche, toss, still in the blood right. Down to 2 more shots needed. Oh, pops. A little bit of health there. And does end up surviving for a little bit longer, but Natsumi wants this. Even under the tower, he'll get the kill on the Hishki. Marvel really can only just watch. Doesn't have any lockdown, couldn't body block with those wolves.
Yeah, with the item build that he's got on Bloodseeker, Phases and Raid Band, he's sitting on 13 armor, so it's very easy for him to dive under the tower.
Just that early armor.
I'm worried for Lilgun because they have this offlane Lycan who's already countered by Bloodseeker and Rupture, and he's going fully into this right-click mode with the armlet. You won't get any utility from your offlane.
Yeah, I don't know what they're expecting to get here from the Lycan, especially with his lane not going that well.
Yep. I'm telling you, I've seen it pop off a couple of games, but it did more of a carry role than it did of an offlane role. It was played on the offlane, but it carried. Let's put it that way. It went for that full right click, no utility, and the Rupture is casted.
Yeah, they've got the Tiny right here, ready to go. Avalanche comes out, Marvel standing still as he's forced to. Natsumi gets the kill on a Marvel.
Now that was interesting from Marvel. He was trying to hide in the creep wave to not get tossed. Rupture toss, Hishki.
And then instead they went to the Avalanche. Now Hishki's dead to Yopaj, and that comes from the fact that he placed, you know, the ward there as well. You know, both Radiant and Dire had wards up towards the top of these steps, and then they both tried to D-ward, and unfortunately he gets the D-ward, he dies.
Yep, he gets the D-ward, a bunch of stacks though in the jungle for most likely Scam. This should be his triangle to farm up with Anchor Smash once he hits 7 perhaps.
And you can see Ace is trying to stack up as well.
Yeah, a little bit. It's actually pretty easy to stack the whole jungle with Phoenix at the moment. You can stack at least 3 camps with Fire Spirits. So he stacks up for Kunkka, and what Kunkka does in return is lets him get that experience on the mid lane. And this is something that you should always be doing as well as a mid laner. Just let your supports around that 7-8 minute mark, if lanes aren't doing well, let them get the experience.
Oh, Rupture again. Blood right down. You probably want to be near some creeps this time, and there's the toss. He runs out of blood and falls to the ground with just a husk of himself. They'll look at, well, maybe getting another one here. Hishki and the Dream Coil, they continue to chase. They just need a couple shots with that illusion. illusory orb, they'll get the kill and get themselves both. Obi Neon moving around the map well.
8-1.
Making it 8-1.
Yep. So far, Neon just doing everything correctly. Lilgun struggling, and it seems like the curse is back, at least at the moment.
It was gone for one game.
It was gone for one game. Are we going to see another 38-minute series?
Potentially.
Hope not. Potentially.
Oh, look at CTM take these stacks. This is always just juicy gold. Is Well, he's in trouble. X, Avalanche toss onto the Phoenix. All right, he'll get one before he dies. Sanctity coming over, trying to get this kill. And can a Rock outrun
Probably not.
a Pirate?
The Rock usually isn't that
A
fast.
Fisherman? Pirate? Kunkka? Can he
Pirate.
outrun Kunkka?
A Pirate? Nah, you can't. He's too speedy.
Already takes that stack. CTM, he's getting close to that ring of health.
Yeah, when we check the net worth after it, like he's sitting just below the Kunkka. So the rivalry, the lore between the Kunkka and the Tidehunter is swinging into Tide's favor at the moment.
Even Yopaj making stacks there. Marvel, he's been ruptured again. Impale comes out. You could run, but you're just going to be tossed back. Starstorm in. Marvel dead once more. Hishki, same scenario where he gets caught and gets killed with his buddy Marvel.
They really can't do this anymore, and Kunkka is actually rotating in. He does not have his ghost ship, and he won't really be able to accomplish much here. Maybe defend the tower, and that's it. He has to be careful though, Tiny, and play hard. They're going in.
Yeah, there's the
Arrow.
Avalanche toss. Arrow. Okay.
You know, it happens.
And they're going to
Marvel.
use that ult. They're going to try and chase for something.
And that's a position 5 Tiny that you might catch.
Yeah, the space that he's already making feels great. By the time they get this kill, they'll have Rupture off cooldown.
Is that the first wolf that we've seen? I think so, right?
The first ult, yeah.
Yeah, the first wolf Lycan form, and if they manage to pressure this tier 1 on the bottom lane, it might be worth it. But I don't think they will be. Let's look at this. Bloodseeker has actually no mana to fight on the bottom lane. Did bring himself clarities.
The wise man of clarities. So now he's got Rupture again. Marvel, maybe sensing that.
He doesn't have a TP, that's the problem. Every time you're playing versus a Bloodseeker in the lane, you have to make sure that you have that TP. And the problem for him is Tiny is always around. When you get ruptured, even if you try to TP it, he's just going to break it with Avalanche. Smoke.
Dreamcoil comes out onto the Kunkka, and Avalanche toss. Yopaj getting the kill there onto Sanctity. They are continuing to just clean up and making this very difficult for the side of Lilgun, and they're also going to find Marvel. So Yopaj with the double kill, and now the Ravage up in top onto 3, but, well, nobody else is here. So CTM uses that Ravage, and it's likely that he just dies.
Fall, yeah. This time around he should fall. He did force the tier 1 on the top lane, so it did get denied. But it opens up the map for Neon, and this is looking much, much better. 1 minute after another.
Yeah, I mean, they glyph, but like now that tier 1 bottom goes down as well because they glyph trying to keep top,
and because they rotated pretty much everyone top, and that's not where you want to be. That's also an issue. However, there's a very juicy ancient stack over there once again.
Ooh, and they're bringing a lot of heroes to try and get it.
I'm
They'll
not sure
bring
if they
Tide
can,
in.
If Tide scouts this can be dangerous for Lilgun.
They've got the Observer on this, so they know that they're doing the Ancient stack. They'll try to get a little bit of it, but now they've got the Silence. Avalanche toss comes out. They already got the kill to the Troll. Rupture in Supernova. They're going to try and right-click it down. Yopaj with some help from Playhard. Oh, this is going awfully for Lilgun. They also get the kill here on the Kunkka.
That's very, very dangerous. Now, not only did you weaken the stacks so that the Bloodseeker can farm them, who already has a Maelstrom, by the way, you also fed a 4 kill. You fed 4 kills to Neon.
Yeah.
It's yeah, some things like these can be done, but only after a fight. Like, you can't invade the triangle that has so many stacks 12 minutes in when you have no ways of flash farming it besides pretty much the Tidebringer, right? That's the only thing that you've got.
trying to kite it out and farm it.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's such a slow process.
Yeah. Plus, the Phoenix egg was so far out. You plant that Phoenix egg far because you know you're playing versus a Mirana who counters you. She always can leap, get that extra attack speed, kill off the egg. But in a situation such as that one, I think he needed to plant it somewhere on the cliff, around the triangle, not next to the pit. Even if it went off, it wouldn't do anything.
But now the ones stealing stacks are OV Neon.
Yeah. Slowly moving and taking control of the Dire jungle.
And it's a 6K lead. You've got Marvel who's 0-6-1. He's just not allowed to play Dota at the moment. Every time he shows his face, well, it gets ruptured and tossed, or dream coiled and tossed.
That's Lilgun versus Bloodseeker for you. That's literally what it is. The lane was terrible. He was not able to take down that tier 1 on the bottom lane. And now you're 6K behind and you're asking yourself, okay, even if we group up as 5 and we have the egg and we have the ghost ship and we have all our ultis, can we actually take a fight?
Right. And I'm not sure they can because they tried to do it in the previous engagement in the triangle.
No, not anymore. By the way, Kunkka is going for Orchid too.
If and when he gets that.
If and when he gets that, which is also not a very popular build on Kunkka. I guess he's getting it for the puck more than anything else, to get some more disable, some more catch.
CTM, he's got Ravage. Like, can you even fight into this? Can you really try to defend your tier 1 mid? And I think at the end of the day, Lilgun has to give it up.
You just have to give it up. You slowly defend it, like throwing fire spirits and whatnot, because that buys time for your cores to farm up, but you're not really trying to fight it.
Arrow.
You're just hoping you won't get caught. That's it. By the way, this position 5, Tiny almost has a Blink Dagger. He's on 1900 gold.
Yeah, he's 4-2-9. He's involved in 13 of the 18 kills. He's literally been everywhere. And this is not a surprise. Genwell has been one of those 5s in this region that always seems to impress.
Genwell is just crazy. I remember him in Season 1 playing his Troll position 5 and just carrying the game as a Troll position 5. It's like he's got some tricks up his sleeves.
I love it. That stuff brings a smile to my face when I get to see like weird stuff from the 5s and like they're enjoying the game so much. Like you could tell in a game like that too, when he was playing that Troll, because they were destroying, and he's just like, I have an epistle. I'm a 5 position.
Exactly.
This is the best day of my life. Arrow comes out. That's not going to land. But now Axe Torrent doesn't go there and hit CTM, but they do get the ghost ship. Dream Coil down onto the Phoenix. They've got the Spirit Vessel silence and the kill. Play hard on a killing spree. They're looking potentially for more. X1, 2, 3 on the run. They've used the Moonlight Shadow, and Shapeshift was used. So Lilgun really without what they need. Good 3-man stun, though.
Good 3-man stun.
They line up for that.
One for the highlights, you know.
But they found Marvel. Comes back in, ruptured up, right-click down by Natsumi. Now they've got the silence onto Hishki and the arrow. That connects, and Yopaj finishes him off, gets the unstoppable. He's working with a double damage. They lose 3 in that fight again, and it's 21-4.
Yeah, Sanctity, meanwhile, farming the enemy side of the map. They will never find me here, guys. You continue fighting and losing our towers and whatnot. I'll be creep skipping and farming the enemy small camp.
And Yule's into the arrow, Spirit Vessel, the catch, the kill.
Not even the ulti. Can't even get the ulti off.
Yeah.
Also, Yopaj had Blink Dagger queued up before, but he opted to go for Yules first, possibly because of the Orchid on the Kunkka that's being built up, and to set up the arrows too, because Mirana on position 4 went for Vessel, which is standard, which is good. Sometimes you like to see Yules on Mirana a little bit faster, so you can set up those arrows and catch people, but Vessel is pretty good this game too.
Yeah, and they're going into the Yules now on Playhard, so I think that they definitely had that conversation of who should get the Yules and what can we connect with. Playhard in some trouble, Hishki coming over, and we'll finish with the Vendetta. Illusory Orb, and that's right over Hishki.
Sneaky Nyx Assassin. Do you remember that? There was a team in
Sneaky Nyx Assassins? Yeah, didn't they go to ESL 2014? One of the two, in New York.
Can't remember. I just remember the name. I think Ike's Mike or someone like that was in the team.
They'll go for the Tide. They've got the Root, CTM on the run. He's got 20 charges to play with. And a Ravage. Well, also Natsumi who's coming through. Marvel gone. And at X123, he falls too. Double kill there for Natsumi. He's had the freest of games. And now the Rupture on a Sanctity. Gets hit by the Torrent. But Sunray, Bloodright, here's the rest of the team. Avalanche toss, and they're going to look towards this Phoenix. Yeah, that little amount of health is going to help Natsumi run you all the way down, get the triple kill, godlike. And it's 27-5.
27-5, 18 minutes in. That's a BKB completed on Bloodseeker. You cannot take him down. This Tidehunter as well, sadly, is pretty much unkillable. Sadly for Lilgun, that is. Scam is sitting on his Hood of Defiance and the Vlad, building into Solar Crest. You just don't have the damage necessary to take down these heroes. You can kill off a Puck or a Mirana, maybe. Maybe this position 5 Tiny, but the 2 other cores, no way.
Oh, Hishki. Trying to get an Ags, and that point booster is gone. That's unfortunate for Lilgun, who are now down 12,000, just 18 minutes in, as Roche is the potential next objective here for OB.
You have the Medallion now. Like we said, Solar Crest next, so Medallion has already built up by CTM.
Oh, Bloodright. Toss, and he's gone.
The bug has been caught.
Sneaky no more.
Exactly. So when Kunka
well, snaps it, and now he's ruptured. So he has to run. Bloodright down. This is only going to make things worse. They've got the Avalanche. They'll get the kill again on the Sanctity.
Wait, why did he toss the Tide backwards? Or did I see that wrong?
Might have been a mistake.
He just tossed him back. He's like, no, it's my kill. Step away. If you're Lilgun, you can't fight. You cannot fight until Troll gets BKB. So you need to let that rush go. I think they just threw 2 kills for no reason. What they should have been doing is pressuring this tier 1 on the bottom lane, taking it. It's very low, and then maybe taking this time to farm up the Radiant jungle. But they're in a really rough spot. I don't blame them for trying to kind of come back with the Roche fight.
Right. But it wasn't really a Roche
fight.
You
know, someone pokes, sees what's up, explores, then if the scout comes back alive, you try to do something there. If he dies, then you're like, okay, we can't really approach it.
Blink forward, they've got the Yules. They don't have the Mirana there yet to land an arrow, but Natsumi's starting to chase.
He's got Coil in 5.
And Hishki coming over. Might need to stop Natsumi from running in, who actually spots Sanctity and will rupture him instead. Arrow splits the seams. They've got the Avalanche of the toss. Dreamcore comes down into 2. They've leashed up X123.
BKB.
He pops the BKB. He'll go the other way, but he's just getting right-clicked down by Natsumi. Finally pops the Battle Trance. You're going after somebody with Aegis. So Natsumi will try to survive. Unfortunately, he can't, but the Avalanche is in for Janwell. He'll get the kill there. And now look over at the Lycan, who just survives with that armlet. Sunray, Ace, well, at least he gets play hard. And it looks like Natsumi will be able to chase him down as well.
Yeah, they did manage to take the Aegis off. Lycan TP's away, but what about Nyx? Nyx is in problems.
Yeah, silenced and Avalanche with the right click from Yopaj. Another 4 kills.
4 kills for 2. This time around they managed to kill the Mirana and the Aegis. So it's something. It's not great though. Far from it. And it's really hard to see the silver linings for Lilgun now. The BKB, you saw the Troll. He pops the BKB and what happens? He uses his ulti and deals 0 damage.
Yeah.
Maybe he can take down the Bloodseeker because he was attacked by multiple targets before, but just not enough.
It's not accomplishing much. They're going to run through mid. Maybe Lilgun have a fight left in them. Dreamcoil down again, and that's going to get the kill on Ace. He'll pop that buyback, and they will finish off Janwell, who goes in a little bit too far, but they're dealing with Tide that's ready to go in with a Ravage.
Play hard. Baits that egg out.
X, Torrent, Supernova going off, all landing onto the Tide, as well as the Impale, but he's got that Kraken shell. Oh, Troll in trouble, Silence killed, and he's gone for 47. Bloodright on the ground, Natsumi coming in, looking over at Sanctity. The right-click damage feels like it's too much. They've got the arrow that I believe ends up hitting Hishki, and they've taken out Sanctity. They'll call GG. 37-7, a Ravage there, and, well, almost a full team wipe, but certainly a team dismantling in game number 1 for Nia.
When you see a puck being caught in the enemy high ground behind the tier 3s before the tier 2 is even taken, and then he does not use his Illusory Orb to get low ground, instead he goes into the enemy fountain.